Now we're going to be talking about the BLUF, the bottom line up front, which is description of your technology in just a few sentences. So what does the BLUF look like? Well, it looks like, if you're familiar with the term 30-second elevator pitch, that's what it looks like. If you had just a few seconds to jump in an elevator and ride up with somebody, what would you say about your company that might open the door to a longer conversation? Here's a couple of key points. Number one, focused on the technology and the capabilities, not so much on the company in this particular instance, for the reasons we've talked about before, because the audience is going to be tech scouts. Number two, it presents a good overview of what you're trying to accomplish in a very short period of time, because you don't have long. Remember, you're riding an elevator and it's going to end really quickly. Not focus so much about how something works. That's usually where the intellectual property is tied up. And the reason why you don't want to focus on that is because this is going to be, this document is going to be public. That means it's going to be out in the public. It can be used for a variety of things, but especially it's used to attract the right tech scouts to the conference. Can be used to attract more than that, a general audience. The tech scouts they also use it to socialize later on if they choose to socialize your company. So you want to have this really be right. So what does the BLUF look like in terms of mechanics? It's a short description. 100 words or less is what we require. There's an easy way to use Microsoft Word to check the word count, and we do, because if your BLUF is too long, it's not easy to socialize, and it doesn't fit in with other people that have obeyed the rules very well, and you haven't. So you end up taking up more real estate and making it harder to socialize yours. So if you make it longer than that and we are helping with the edit, we will actually ask you we'll send it back and say, shorten this, it needs to be 100 words or less. I just have a quick example here in Microsoft Word. If you go to the review section in Microsoft Word, and then go over to, you select, first of all, select the BLUF statement as it shows here, and then go to review, and then over here to the third icon from the left, it says word count. You click on that, and this little pop-up is going to show you how many words. It says pages and words. See, this BLUF statement is 95 words, so it's just under the limit. And feel free to go right up to the limit, but don't go over the limit. So why finish the BLUF statement after you've done the quad chart? It seems kind of backwards, doesn't it? Well, here's my suggestion and what we suggest. The quad chart forces you to dig through and list out the most important characteristics. Remember, you're not going to get everything in the quad chart. If you remember talking about the quad chart, you're going to get the most important things. Those are the things that you want to drive the content of your BLUF statement. So then your BLUF statement really gets honed well, and it matches the other documents that you're going to be submitting. Now, just keep in mind though, as you work on a quad chart and the BLUF really needs to get in fairly early, especially for marketing purposes, so we can help draw the appropriate tech scouts and other audience members to the conference for you. So it is in your best interest to get this done early, get your quad chart done, and then you get your BLUF statement done and make sure that they jive and together they tell the story that you want them to tell. Lastly, I just want to show you an example of a company BLUF here for our Acme company. Think about what you've seen in the previous examples of the quad chart. Acme Company's BLUF example. This technology exists in minimizing the waste stream while simultaneously offsetting the cost by producing a combustible gas. A pyrolysis method with an additional feature processes a flexible waste stream, which can include hazardous and medical waste without sorting. All pathogens are eliminated and any associated hazardous wastes are rendered inert. The result is a non-hazardous byproduct and clean syngas, which can be utilized directly or further processed within the system to generate electricity and heat. This technology is at a technology readiness level 8 and addresses the DoD requirement for waste to energy. So it targets as much as it can reasonably, tucking in the most important pieces of what their company's technology can do. And that is a statement that somebody who reads that and is interested in waste to energy will take a look at it and say, wow, I think I need to be at this conference, or I need to find out more about this company. That will give you a toe in the door to have a deeper conversation with them.